Inquiring is only to be clear that I cannot be other than that. If you don't identify with that sensation and perceive it only as sensation, unemotionally, you will not have the sense that you have lost anything at all. You're only made aware of a sensation occurring in this body, and occurring in this body also because of the conditioning that arose around this body and some other factors that contributed to certain situations and environments being interpreted as being claustrophobic. And that is also effortlessly observed in the space that you still are and is not affected by that. Whatever is affected by this is a sense of yourself, a sense of who you are that feels imprisoned or trapped, or that your space is cut off. These are ideas arising in you that you believe them. That's all. Watched from that space. But it's not a personal watching. It's almost like a passive capacity to see, but not to see passionately, sentimentally, or emotionally. It's just seen. There's complete detachment with that. And still, it doesn't stop you from experiencing, from feeling also, because this that you're talking about, the sense of feeling trapped, the sense of being an individual and so on, this is your expression also, and disconnected with you. The space itself does not need to learn anything new. What is learning something new and evolving is the natural sense of I that arises inside this body, that is taken to be the beingness that is living inside this body. The beingness and that space, they are one. You may say the beingness is the dynamic expression arising out of that indescribable space, and that is present inside this body as the feeling I or I am. Is that I amness feeling that feels, oh, I don't like to feel suffocated, I still need to grow but yet even this I amness feeling, this I amness sense, if it does not identify with the sensations, memory, time, space, objects and relationships, but merely observes them, you will also experience that this I amness itself is like space. It is not tied up or bound. It is beyond progress. It is the observer of quality, or of the sense of growing and expanding. It is really the observer. But also it is capable of identifying itself with the game of existence, and then feeling like it suffers or it grows. This is what is to be understood, you see. As long as the feeling of I persists, that I will move about, sometimes strongly identified with the body, sometimes not. When it is deeply identified with the body, its world seems to be more chaotic, more unstable. When it's not so identified with the body, but remain more as the observing center or presence, its environment feels more spacious, more open, more relaxed, more peaceful. So therefore it is seen that identification with the body, identification with the sense of autonomy or doership, that I do, I think, I make my life and so on, that this thought amounts to a kind of corruption of that pure intuition, which is not really doing anything. It merely observes passively all that arises as time and action and relationship and objects. So when the question is present, the question itself is only an opportunity for the I amness feeling, when it gets confused and take itself to be a particular person and a particular body and comes into confusion, chaos and conflict. The inquiry is only to, in a way it's a little slap to say, wake up, you are not this, you are observing this. What you are tying yourself to is transient, it's only passing. You are the weakness of the passing. And at one point, this I amness feeling or force recognizes this reminding And in that instance, it recovers its original understanding that I am not any of these, I'm just the observer of this.